Shawn, Logan, welcome to Beyond Cinema Studios, and congrats on your film, Sidney Hall.
Thank you.
So this is your first time at Sundance with the film, because you had Before I Disappear at South by, so how does it feel to be at Sundance this year?
It feels great. It's just a huge, humbling, pleasure to be at this festival. It's a little surreal, because I've been here before to watch other people's films. Such an enormous amount of talent here, and to have a film of our own here, of my own here, is really just it's a dream come true,
Mm-hmm. And you've been before, Logan.
I was here once last year.
Just once?
Just once.
That's crazy.
But I didn't get to experience it really. This is like my first time really experiencing the festival.
Mm-hmm. So it was very interesting to find out that this script, Sidney Hall, started as short stories you wrote on tour with your band. Is that true? And if so, how did it inform the script?
That's highly inaccurate.
Really?
No. It's a little bit. It's basically was started between my co-writer and I, Jason Dolan. We're writing stories about an 18-year-old and a story about a 22-year-old and how different we become in those 4 years. And we started meshing it together into a screenplay while I was on tour with my band, and it just sort of developed into this interesting screenplay. And then I showed it to a friend of mine, and then he showed it to his manager, and then suddenly we were signed into an agency, and it was really like kind of an interesting journey. But it was years ago. It was 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a journey getting this made, and you came on board a year before shooting.
About.
Well, we met it before that.
A
few months before shooting. We waited a few months before we shot for a certain time of year to happen, and also for scheduling for Logan and for Elle, and so we got to talk about it quite a bit.
Yeah, we had a lot of time.
Tell me about those talks. I'm always interested to hear, like, are you at a bar? Are you over coffee? There's
pretty much everything, every possible form of conversation.
Bars and coffee.
Bars, coffee. I'd stay at your place sometimes.
We'd have pajama parties.
We really would.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
I love that bonding.
And we had a lot of time, and I enjoy Shawn's company, and we ended up I can't speak for him on my company, but we liked hanging out and talking about this film, and sharing this passion for this story, and trying to find the best version of it, and understand these characters better, and it was a great collaboration with a good friend.
Well, the fact that the film explores Sidney Hall in 3 different stages of his life, 18, 24, and 30, feels like there would need to be a collaboration between you two. So tell me about why you chose to spread the script across these very certain points of his life, and how you guys collaborated on building that character. That must have been difficult.
Well, first of all, when Jason and I were about 23 or 24 when we were writing it, and we thought that we were such different people when we were 18, and then we thought about what would we be like when we're 30, and so that was really something that drove us to kind of bounce back and forth and explore those things, and how different we become, or how similar we are, and so that was really where that all spawned from, and have someone play also all 3 of those ages as the same person, because if you look at like Moonlight, it's a different actor per thing, but here we wanted someone to sort of span that and be able to have an actor who could span those ages and really dig into something that they've never done before, and so I think that would be fun for an actor, and I think it was fun to do that.
It was stressful.
It was stressful.
Why was it stressful?
No, it's fun. I think is, fun sounds easy, right? And it's not easy.
It wasn't easy.
It was
you
challenging.
Made it look easy, obviously.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't know. It should appear that way, but it seems Yeah, that was the biggest challenge. Was just trying to figure out how to define these 3 stages in the very short period of time that we had to shoot.
Yeah.
And
How
the
long did you
minimal
have to
resources we have with the budget of like the film. You know, this
Yeah.
isn't a real. You know, we independent production. Everybody's kind
Yeah.
of just. You know, no one's. Yeah, we didn't. You know, there's not a lot of money to spend to
It was a
do
passion
these things.
project for sure.
But you need talented people and you need good resources to make it work. And we tested a lot
Yeah.
of different things and just always utilized time to experiment with how to define the looks of these ages
And every day I would say throw out the words, throw out the dialogue, throw out the script, and let's just like build whatever's the organic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that would happen sometimes, and sometimes it wouldn't. And we just tried to figure out, how to. There's just so many places to go, and that was the thing that was made it interesting, really.
Yeah.
Well, I love stories about writers because I feel a lot of people can relate to that. And so essentially the story is about this book of a generation that Sidney Hall writes. What is this book? What is it about? How is the book another role in the film? Without giving away too much.
Yeah, it's tough to say that without giving away a lot. But he's a writer, by the way, though, not in the classic context that you'd think of. He's a very talented guy who sort of wrote a book that struck a chord. And that was unexpected, So it's not like he's this writer who wrote a book generation. It's more that he wrote a book that just sort of struck a chord with more people than he
Like
was
J.T.
prepared
Leroy,
for,
kind of, is what it makes me think of.
Like what?
J.T. Leroy.
Yeah, a little bit. Just sort of not unprepared for that kind of thing, and so I think that's always sort of a little bit tougher. It's tougher to figure out how to write about that without being, too involved in the whole thing of being a writer or anything. The movie really is more of a love story, honestly, as he's dealing with the pressures and how he deals with his relationship with Elle Fanning's character is
tell
more
me
the
a little
primary
bit about-
focus.
Tell me about that relationship and working with Elle for both of you guys.
I love
It's like
Elle.
dream team right there.
Yeah, I love Elle. I've known Elle for a little while now, and I'm just amazed by her. And she's just the most instinctually talented person
But
I know. And this was a great opportunity for us to work
Yeah.
together. And yeah, the characters. Yeah, it's.
the two of you guys on screen, Logan and Elle on screen are like, to me, it's just you just set up the camera and it's amazing. But with her, what's really incredible, I think, is because when you talk to her or when you're just hanging out with her, you couldn't be with a more, I don't know how to explain, normal, cool person. You wouldn't know that she's in the business, in the film business, what I mean? And then you turn the camera on and it's like, wow, it's just magic,
Well, we want to see people bring themselves to the screen.
Yeah.
That's probably why we watch people like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
She can bring a bit of that. So tell me
She's
about where you
genuine.
guys shot. Was it your hometown? Did that inform the setting of the script?
Yeah, it was kind of based off of my hometown, the way that it looked. We shot a little bit in upstate New York, we shot in New York City, and then we shot in New Mexico. So it was kind of across the board.
And how
Yeah.
many days did you have to shoot?
We had
28?
I think it was 28 days. Yeah.
Typical indie under the gun
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah,
maybe
pretty
a
much.
few days more actually.
It was, and but for this script was a little
Yeah,
thick.
it's very
So we
epic.
were really kind of we were really pulling a lot of big days, long
Yeah,
days.
and then the transitions between the ages, because
Yeah.
we wanted to have enough time. We had all these ambitious
Yeah.
plans
That's right.
for things we wanted to do. Where it's
What
like,
was
oh,
an
we'll shoot a little
ambitious
bit, and then we'll take a month
Well,
off,
it
and
was-
you'll
yeah,
gain,
exactly.
you
Yeah.
know, 30 pounds,
Yeah.
and you'll do this, and it obviously never works
Couldn't do
out that
that.
way. And it's like, all right, you guys have 28 days, and you have a couple hours to figure out how to transition from this
Yeah.
role to that role,
Yeah.
this character, this time in this person's life to this time, and
Yeah.
it was really tough.
The subject matter is also pretty intense. I mean, it's explored someone's self-destruction in a way. And I know with Curfew, which is about suicide, tell me why you're drawn to tell these types of stories. Is there a personal connection there? where is that coming from?
Well, I like to find like beauty in the darkness. If that, I don't want to sound.
That's the
crazy,
title of the interview. Beauty in the Darkness, a chat with.
I just like to find
It's great.
hope inside these darker themes that are very true and very real, and things that I've experienced or people experience. I'm drawn to stories where there's things going on that we feel that are not quite, they're the down times, but then to find the levity and the humor or the hope or the light at the end of the tunnel, that to me is the most exciting thing, and I think that's why I tend to be drawn to that type of stuff.
Absolutely, and I think
I
that
like it.
is the backbone.
I like it.
It's the backbone of a lot of stories that have, stayed with us across time.
Yeah.
So I'm curious for both of you guys. It's more just a fun question, but is there any place that you'd want to maybe explore those themes, like a setting that you would want to shoot in, or is there a story that you've always wanted to tell?
There's many stories I want to tell, but what's your story you want to tell?
I don't know. I just don't. I don't know.
You do a lot of historical films.
Yeah, do you want to
Yeah.
do a sci-fi film or anything like?
I would love to. That's the thing. I love all genres of movies. I really do, and I don't have any particular story. Or it got quiet right now.
I know,
And then
it
it got
quiet.
okay.
Everyone
No,
wants
but
to know what you wanna do
I don't
next.
know.
I
don't
want to
know.
see you go into space.
I really,
Is that wrong?
no, I love sci-fi. I love all films. I can't wait to explore more. It's just about what's around and what's available at the time and what is good. And I guess that just, now that, please write, people, writers. We need more good scripts out there, and you'd be surprised. There's very few, few scripts that come in for me a year that I'm attracted to, and it's not genre specific.
But
or
I also
character
bribed
specific.
you with this one a little bit, didn't I?
Yeah, I mean, you drugged. It's like, drugged made me sign. that thing.
Yeah. Of course.
No, I really like this, and I'm a huge fan of Shawn's. I think he's an incredible filmmaker, and excited for this movie for people to see it and all the work that he's going to do after this too. Well, he's great.
Feeling is mutual. Yes.
Congratulations, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Yeah.